Amazon moved their Prime Day up like a month. You know what I'm saying? Right before they have their earnings that come up in August, right? So playing that game like that.
That's what I thought I was gonna touch on a little bit. I'm glad that you touched on that. Because that was the reason for this dip. People didn't like. I mean, this actually break retest. This is the daily time frame. It's been kind of dipping for the last since June 3rd. Man, Amazon's gonna hit 300 too. I mean, this is a growing company. No matter what, Amazon is still a top company. When you see red opportunity, if you're watching Wealth Wednesday, choose Amazon, Apple, Google. Which one are you picking? Amazon is gonna hit that 300 at 236.
Okay.
Where how much from the all-time high? This is how you wanna.
Like 40.
We're 15. These are literally perfect buy-in opportunities, not financial advice.
Not financial advice.
But if I buy Meta at these opportunities, I'm still buying Meta at 558. However, it's like 30% from its all-time high. That's a big risk and good upside, but it's not a big risk because we know it's not as big of a risk because we know Meta, man. You using Instagram right now.
Yeah.
With that being said, they moved their Prime Day up ahead. Investors weren't feeling that, and they was talking about, hey, money's kind of tight right now for a lot of people. You guys are moving the Prime Day ahead. Interest rates is looking like they're going to be higher later on. We don't know if it's going to spend the money like that. What you got to say about the Prime Day, them moving up ahead, bro?
Yeah,
what
man.
You see about it?
It's making sense for that for their revenue and everything to be going up as much as possible because they know that they hit all time highs and then been down for however many weeks, probably like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Oh shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 weeks now.
Yeah. About 6 weeks ago, they hit their all-time high, so they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know how to play the game when it comes to managing their stock. They got a whole industry of people for that, right? So, but I think that this is a I wouldn't call it a front because that seems like a negative connotation, but it just seems like a money grab. Like they know what they're doing when it comes to putting and proving numbers, and that they're a growing company rather than something that shouldn't be invested in. They got to tell us their analytics and all their data.
Yep. And
tell us how much money they're making, right? So come August, definitely we're gonna have. We're first of all, there is this gap that's right here, right? I'm not saying that we would go that low, but I do feel like Amazon is gonna keep dipping, and then after leading up toward these earnings, we're gonna see that they're gonna be positive, which might bring us back to the higher cost of Amazon. What day is that?
It was July 26th.
July, so it ain't even in August. It's in
July 30th. July 30th.
Come on now.
Yeah,
I think that we gonna test something below, not go as low as this level here, but because what is this? 200? Yeah, nah. I don't think we're gonna go that low.
That's 220.
Yeah, 220. I think that's fair. Maybe 225, but towards the end of July, we coming up for them earnings.
So boom, we had on Tuesday. Now that we got to Tuesday, we ended up dropping overnight from 744 to opening Tuesday at 733. And Tuesday we had some news in South Korea, man. South Korea ended up dropping due to Samsung, and they have a company, SK Hynix, two of the biggest memory chip makers out there. They ended up dropping overnight. One fell 12%, the other fell 9%. You had Micron fell, which is one of the top chip makers in the U.S., right? And you had DRAM, the ETF fell that we were able to pick up in that $70 range. Ended up dropping 15%.
DRAM?
DRAM.
Like DRAM? This is an ETF?
Yeah, it's an ETF, and it tracks the memory companies.
Okay.
It tracks the top. It got Micron up in there. It got.
That's funny.
It got. Man, what's the other memory companies, man? I think Marvell is up in there. I'll put it in the Discord. I think I already did. But yes, sir. We that ended up falling on Tuesday, causing the whole memory sector to fall. Just like any other time, memories have been running up. You get the catalyst coming in, they dip, and that's a prime level, right? So let's see if we can stay. Do we bounce off that prime level that we got to, or do we continue to the downside and go reach another level, right? Whatever happens, a 15% drop is still a 15% drop. Got to take advantage of that, man. So that was DRAM Tuesday. Anything you got to say about that?
Nah, you broke it down perfectly.
Yeah,
$67 for the ETF, man. I'm gonna do some research as well, cause hold on.
Yeah,
Especially with all this AI and chip making happening, man. You need that software.
That memory is that layer. You know, we haven't talked about that enough, but you guys will see us talk about that a lot more. Yeah, that memory is, you know, the semiconductors, these AI models, they can't do nothing without the memory, and these companies, they make the memory. So over the next 10 years, where you got AI and all these models growing and all these companies getting into AI, they're gonna need that memory. Yeah. So a $67 ETF, we know that's gonna not financial advice. It could hit $100, right? More likely to hit $100 over the next few years, $200 over the next few years. I mean, we're getting it now before it even hits 100. So, hey, I think the upside to that is promising, especially if you believe in AI. So semiconductors, memory, and then the tech companies with the models and stuff. You know, one of those days we'll break that down in Full Circle Wealth. But really, we ended up having to drop. Everybody ended up panicking. I really just wanted to emphasize zooming out on the chart, right? Yes, market has been dipping the last couple of days, but if you really zoom out, we're still in an uptrend, and this uptrend doesn't get taken out and become a possible bearish trend until we cross that 720 line, right? You got that resistance at 758, the all-time high, right? Market is just consolidating, having a breather is how I see it on this daily time frame, and we're consolidating. And until we cross 720, I'm still believing that we in a bullish trend, because the trend is to the upside ultimately, and you don't want to fight the trend. So that's to my people who have any fear. There's no need to fear it, man. You want to touch on Bitcoin a little bit?
Yeah, real quick. How many? What's the percent of where we're down right now from all-time highs? About 3%, and where we had touches already at that 5. Okay, just wanted to see what was up. And you said below this 720, which is more than 5%, is when we're in it. Okay.
It's when nothing's gonna cause me to say, hey, we may be continuing to the downside until or unless we cross that 720. Until then,
fair.
Don't want to fight the trend.
Let's get into that Bitcoin.